Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm really sorry it's been so long. But we are back with a live stream. I have been working very hard to get my portfolio going a little bit better and getting ready for this course that I'm about to start next week. I figured we could do two things today. I'm going to do a kind of a shorter... I know, it's been a long time. You are absolutely correct. I didn't notice that until I posted. It's been a really long time. I apologize for that. But I have, like I said, I have been working hard. So what I want to do is we're going to do the first half of this live stream like we typically do, which is going to be, you know, some gestures and things like that. I'll probably only stream for maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see. But yeah, my plan is to do that first half, and then the second half I'm going to talk a little bit about my plans and allow y'all to ask me some questions. I'm certain there's not going to be a lot of people on here today, which is completely fine. I haven't been consistent, so I look different. I will say this, we have a green screen now, so the quality is a little bit different. So we have a green screen instead of having like the background of my room, but I have glasses on, which I don't typically do, but I use these for, I get migraines and things, so I try to put on glasses for when my head's not been feeling good for the past like couple of weeks or whatever, and I did just kind of have a migraine recently. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and do some gesture drawing like we typically do. I keep saying this, but at some point this will change. This will change quite a bit what these streams look like. I'll probably start creating more stuff. I've gotten to a point where I feel pretty comfortable with that. So yeah, I forgot to... Uh-oh. Where'd that go? Give me 1 second, everybody. Load. Speech. Let's see what this is. This is perfect. So we'll do 10 gestures. It'll take it about, 30 minutes or so, and then we'll be good to go. It has been a very long time since I've done gestures, probably since the last stream, so I'm going to be extraordinarily rusty. Alright, give me 1 second. Make sure the sensitivity is good to go. We'll do this. Come up here. Alright, let's get going. And Pumpkin Pie, how have you been doing? Ooh. I have no idea how well this is gonna go, everybody. It has been an extraordinarily long amount of time. I literally think I haven't done gestures since our last stream, to be honest with you. And what I've been mostly working on actually has been like my values and stuff. Because that's probably, well, at this point I wouldn't say it's the weakest part of my work. I think probably at this point just straight up design is. Because I've worked on it so much, but... Alright, so we got that. Here. We're gonna save this. Oh no! Ran out of space. Let's do this so I can finish drawing. And the only thing I really want to do here is probably shrink the arms a bit, but I want to increase the size of the head about here. And yeah, I think this arm's a bit big, so we're gonna shrink that down just a little bit. And I did see that you messaged, so I'll be sure to look at that in just a second. Shrink that down, and we'll come over and shrink this down too. Perfect. But you're gonna. I've been working out like 1 month, 1 week long. Nice, good for you. Just doing a pencil art right now since I'm bored. Nice, sounds good. I've been working out a lot more too myself. I think. Oh wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah, since I last was on here, I think I lost 10 pounds, 12 pounds. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's definitely true. I lost quite a bit of weight. How many kilos would that be? Like 5 kilos maybe? So not like a substantial amount, but and I was like I'm not like super, like I wasn't super out of shape or like getting fat or anything like that. Like in my opinion, I just needed to lose a little bit of weight, which I did. No, I've never, like I would never say that I've been fat or even overweight. Um Not that there's any problem with people that are bigger either. I'm not a person that fat shames people. That's really mean. Everybody has their reasons for things. One thing I want to do here, just because I kind of noticed it, I want to well, that's good. I'm just twisting this body a little bit. The upper body wasn't quite where it needed to be. I don't know what is 78 kilo. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. I wish that the US would just use the metric system and stop acting special. We are not special. We should be using the system that everybody else uses because it makes sense. Yeah, I was at 100 and at one point like 196 pounds. And then right now I weigh about 184, 185. Again, not really sure how many kilos that is. I can look it up for you though. I'm not gonna lie, like, it feels really good to do these gestures right now. 70. Okay. It seems like a manageable task. I believe in you. Yeah, these gestures are actually feeling really good. This is weird. I don't know if I'm like being more observant. I mean, I'm sure that they're not perfect by any means, but thank you. I appreciate it. Here, I got time. I can look it up really fast. So at one point I was almost 89 kilograms, and then now I'm at 83. So, I will say this, like I I would say that relative to my like weight, I actually have like I'm mostly muscle mass. Um like I'm a pretty like especially for my height and weight, like I'm pretty strong. Um so a lot of that weight, I mean I needed to lose some fat, which is why I did what I did. Like I went on a little bit more of a restrictive diet and started going to the gym a little bit more frequently, and I changed the kind of workout that I was doing. Um, I went from like a heavy like bodybuilder workout basically to doing lighter weight for higher reps to help burn fat and things. But I yo, Mr. Krabs, how's it going? Um, but like I said, I've never had like significant body image issues or anything like that. I'm blessed with a pretty good metabolism, and it's relatively easy for me to stay at a specifically good weight. Um, I mean, there's definitely women that are stronger than me out there, like no doubt about it. But yeah, I like for my size, relatively, I'm strong, I would say, and I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Krabs. I hope that two things. I really hope that the feedback I've been giving you and other people have been giving you has felt good, um, and helpful. But I also hope you understand, like, I always feel bad giving feedback to people because I don't want you to hear like just the negatives because that's how I am sometimes. Your art is getting to be phenomenal. Like you're doing a phenomenal job. Um, I'm just trying to be helpful. That's all. Hopefully, it feels like that and doesn't feel like I'm being overly critical. I try to be as kind as I can with my feedback to people. I think like one of the worst things that I could feel or experience while I'm on my own art journey is yes, I don't mind how critical sometimes the most negative can be helpful in a way. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm a pretty positive human being, I would say for the most part. I have trouble with giving feedback to people because I don't want them to feel slighted in any way. Um, but I am also honest. Like I'm not going to sit here and say like something looks great if there's obvious problems with it. Um, but on the other hand, like I think my worst fear in giving feedback to people would be like that I diminish their feelings of their own values um in art and things like that and make them not want to draw or paint anymore. Like I would never want it to come to that. Feedback is like bad thing? No, feedback's definitely not a bad thing. Like, I think feedback from an artist to another artist shows that somebody cares, right? Like, I'm taking my time out of my day to do this thing for you, to show you, like, that I care about your art and I want you to succeed. But it can feel bad. Like, people telling you that you're doing something wrong or not correct, it can feel bad, right? It doesn't feel great because it's telling you that you need to improve in an area. But with that being said, that's the only way to improve, right? Is to have people give you feedback on stuff. I just hope that the way that I do it feels friendly and nice to people. That's all. This can be tilted a bit more, actually, can't it? Most people saying nice if it includes art. I would hope so. I've had people give me feedback and it wasn't helpful and it was just destructive, which doesn't feel good. Like, I had somebody just say to me, like, my art didn't look professional enough, and that was really it. It is, but it's also important to celebrate the improvements that you've made, too. Like, if you just look at flaws and that's it, then, you're not going to feel good. Yep. And that's why there's two sections in our Discord as well, right? Because sometimes we don't want feedback on our art. Sometimes we want to just post, and sometimes we do want feedback. We want to improve. This is not tilted enough. I think it could be tilted a bit more. This can also be shorter that way. Yeah, this is fun. Like, after taking such a long break from doing gestures, there's like, I don't know, there's just something that's so freeing about it. Um, also, like, I I think what I was doing has helped me with my observation a bit. Like, this leg's a bit too long, both of them, and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I'm seeing more, even with having this long break. Yeah, the legs are way too long, but that's okay. Again, for those of you who are like maybe joining later or haven't been on a stream before, if you're wondering where I got these references, you can get them on CubeBrush. They are from Mark Brunet. Actually, let me do it. Do I have time? Yeah. Free transform. There we go. Also, I sent something. Studying. Okay, if you want, do you want me to review it on here? That can be, because I'm almost finished with these gestures. I can plop it up on here and give you some, like, feedback. If you don't want that, just tell me. Or if you would rather me do it over Discord, I can do that as well. And I'll be honest with you. I do notice sometimes I don't place the head on the neck correctly, or I guess I don't put the neck, because I start off with the head, I don't put the neck on the bottom part of the head correctly. What happened to the music? Give me 1 second and I'll get that situated right after I finish with this. All right, let's see what's going on with the music here. Do I not have it on repeat? I do not. Sorry about that, everybody. Also, a reminder that pics will be like. Okay. It's always interesting to go from the female characters that he does to the males because you don't see too many male characters from Mark Renee at this point. He knows what the audience is looking for. I just can't like I don't know, man. Like, and this is not me throwing shade at anybody, by the way. So don't take it this way, but I just personally can't do, and it's just the social worker in me, I think. I can't do like images of women that are like super spicy. And I know that I could probably have like a little following, but I just can't see myself doing that. I don't know why. It just feels makes me feel dirty or something. I don't know. Uh, but again, I don't. I'm not judging people that do it. But like, everybody likes specific forms of art for whatever reason, right? It doesn't really matter. Art's art. Doesn't make their art any, less than mine. It's just not the kind of art I'm into. Great. So do you want me to do it on stream? Yeah, I can do that. Cool. I will then. I'll do it. I think what we have, we're at one, two, we got eight, so we have two more. So in about 5 minutes, I will switch over. Oops. Ooh, I really like this pose. There's just something simple and beautiful about it. I'm gonna put it up here. I feel like I draw women that would be like, I don't want to be viewed as a guy who like draw exaggerated body types to make me feel good for myself. Yeah, I'd agree. And again, I'm not throwing like I want people to feel comfortable making whatever art they want to, and if it's for a thirsty crowd, that's cool too, man. Like people like that kind of art, and there's nothing wrong with it. Uh, I'm not like the kind of person that would want to do that kind of art. I don't get joy in doing that. Um, but just because I don't doesn't mean other people can't. Like draw what you want to draw. I wonder how many gestures I've drawn over the course of like the past like 5 years. It has to be like close to like 8,000 or something like that. Like I have drawn so many poses. Um, it's been wild how many like gestures I've done. Like I don't mind if they draw stuff, get stuff, if it makes them happy. I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. Oh, perfect. I can put this in right here. All right. We are finito. Let's look at this. Yeah, I'm like very happy with these actually, especially considering I haven't done gestures in like a couple of months. Like, not bad. All right. Wow, and I finished that one very fast. Um, so let's go and I'm gonna pull up. Oh, somebody joined? Geek! Everybody say hi to Geek in Discord. Alright, so I'm gonna copy both of these. Copy. And we will give a live review. Alright. Copy. Paste. Alright, so we got those done. I'll show the haul again. So look at all these XP points, baby. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, obviously, like these aren't probably as good as I've ever done by any stretch, but it's still all there. All the fundamentals that I had were there, and I went through pretty well. So I'm happy with those. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'll give like a relatively quick review, I'm gonna take off the references block so we can see everything here. All right. So, all right. So I'm gonna start off with what brushes do I use? So I don't know if you can see them. So this brush set is a mixture of brushes that I got from Mark Brunet. You can go and get this brush set for free. Where is it? Yeah, the MB starter pack. Go to Cube Brush, and you can get those. I like to use the soft round, the soft textured round. Sometimes I'll use the line art brush. And let me see here. Where's this cube brush? This brush right here is the one I like to use for sketching. So those are the brushes I use from that. The other brush set is from like this new person that I've been working with. His name is Hardy Fowler. He seems like a really awesome guy. He's the person I'm taking a class with here pretty soon. So if you want to check those out, you definitely can. But that's really it. Like, I don't have too many brushes that I use, to be honest with you. I have been messing around a little bit more with like different blending modes on the brushes. Yeah, you like him? Nice. He seems awesome. I'm very, very excited to work with him. But yeah, like doing color dodge is really good for metals and things like that. He has this like chalk brush that's pretty good too. This is like this shading brush here. Here, let me make it bigger for you. This shading brush is actually awesome. It just like oh look, a sphere. But what it is on one side it's like a little bit darker and then it fades out, so it's really good for shading things. You just have to get used to it, because if you go from right to left, it goes like the shading part goes outwards, I guess, and then left to right it comes inwards. But those are the brushes I use for the most part. For my values, this is like a textured soft brush. It's just on low opacity so that I can like, add on layers of stuff. Yeah, that brush is awesome. I really do like that shading brush. I haven't really been using it as much because I've been using these values more, but this value brush more that I just showed you. But it's a phenomenal brush and it's a great time saver. All right, so let's look at this here. All right, I'm gonna give you some positives first. I'm gonna start off with this one. No need to be embarrassed. I'm gonna start off with this one over here. The the pencil work that you did specifically for this. Let me get a different color so it's easier to see. Specifically for this right here, to me, is very beautiful. I think that you did a really good job. You can tell that it's folding fabric, and I think it looks great. Let me see here. I actually like the face, like overall, but like the design of the face for this one as well. Her eye looks really, really nice. It's a nice like anime style eye. Looks good. I think that both of these have pretty decent proportions. Yeah, the head's a little bit big, but I can tell that that's a stylistic choice. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Alright, so let's go into some stuff to help you out here. So, first thing, and you can see it mostly on the one on the left here. I'm not 100... These two? Do these two look different? Yes. I personally prefer this one. Oh, I was gonna say this too. The other thing that I think is really good on this one, I actually really like the way that you did the hair here. You have these like nice ribbon shapes, which look really, really good. Hair is not an easy thing to do. The only thing that I would say you could probably add here for the hair is like a part. So like, it looks like you kind of had one here, but I would go ahead and make sure you do that, and that way you can, you know, you can do your ribbons and you can start some of them from here and add a little bit of rendering around the head to show how the hair is falling on the hair, or on the head. Yeah. But other than that, I actually really like how you did that. So the one on the left, is this the one that you said is old? Do you want feedback on that one, or do you want me just to give you feedback on this one? No problem, Nathan. I wish I could turn the latency down more without it like messing up the stream, because I'm asking a question and of course like it's gonna take. What's so different about them? I would say, okay, so let me start with the one on the left. The reason why, actually, sorry, let me slow down. The reason why I think the one on the right works pretty well is because, since, I don't know if it's because of this or not, but I'm going to guess that it is. Since it's front facing, your proportions and how things line up is a bit better. I will say, like, one thing, and I don't know if this was done on purpose, but one thing that is a bit off is, and it's very slight, but like my eye picked it up, which means other people's eyes probably could too. To me, it looks like this arm over here is a bit longer than the one over here. So I'm going to test that. Maybe I'm wrong. So from shoulder to tip, I'm going to make that a bit bigger so it's easier to see. Shoulder to tip. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to copy and paste it. Oh no! Oh, I've been drawing on top of your thing. Let me get a new layer here. That's fine. So this, I will say this. Your hands actually aren't that bad. But I will say this, like, the things I'm going to give you feedback on right now are going to be more fundamentals, rather than specific feedback on how to do specific like parts of the body or anything like that. That stuff just takes time. So let's see if my inclination was right, and it is. So yeah, this is just proportions. Your arm it's just very slight, but I can tell. So your arm is just a little too short on this side. So very quick fix. You just take this, copy and paste, and pull that down just a little bit, maybe a little more, and bam, good to go. So on this side, I can see that, and I was going to say this about your work, and maybe I have, but your work prior, I can tell that at times when you start to have things going into perspective, you're not 100% sure how to place like features. And what I mean by that is, if you look at this face, which is still beautiful, I think it's a beautiful face here on the left side, but when you look at it, your chin is here, and then everything else is like, it goes like here, right? So this is like, should be the middle of your face. So the biggest issue here is that, one, I will say, like, the face does have a little bit of a curve to it, so it probably should be like that. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, we're doing like a pretty flat face. So here. So the biggest issue that you're gonna have here is that the nose and the mouth aren't quite in the right position. It's very close, but they're just slightly off. So I'm gonna copy and paste and pull that in just a bit here, and I'm gonna tilt it as well. So just very small things like that. Let me do this. Get rid of that. Probably actually pull the nose back out a little bit more, but just like small details like that are just slightly off with some of your drawings that are in perspective. And then, like for instance, there's not. Here, let me pull out this model really fast and see if this will be helpful. There's not going to really be a time in which somebody is in a 3/4 view and the shoulders are completely parallel with one another, right? It's always going to be a slight perspective where one's going to appear a little bit higher than the other, right? And that's because of where the box is going in space. And if you want to distort stuff even more, it's gonna expand that out even more as well, and it's gonna make it even more of an angle. So with that being said, this character is in a this character is in like a this character's in a bit of a perspective. I believe it's a woman, but she's in a little bit of a perspective, but I don't know exactly where these lines are going. So I think because of how you have this, go back to my red brush. I think because of how you have this arm is supposed to be coming towards us a bit, but you know, because the arm is like kind of straight, I'm not sure what's happening here to make it now come downwards. You see this? Like, so if this was a cylinder, if the arm's coming towards us, the cylinder would be something like this, right? You get the elbow here, the bottom, and then you get another cylinder here, and then you get the bottom. So this sleeve right here, if it's coming towards us, it needs to be like that. If it's going away from us, or if it's just going straight down, then your cylinder probably needs to be the opposite of this. So it would be something like this, is a little bit exaggerated, but hopefully you get my drift here. It would be something like this, right? With the hand being down here. Okay? So just small things like that. What might help you out is like just discovering where your perspective line is, or your horizon line is overall. Like over on this one, you don't necessarily have that problem as much, but I do think that it's because it's a very straightforward image. So like for instance, it seems to me like your horizon line is right around here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your waistline is at a very slight incline here. This is actually a very beautiful perspective because it works very, very well. That's there, but I think what's happening is I think that you're doing these things intuitively, and you're not sitting down and planning for the perspective, for instance, to look like this, right? So there are some images that you've probably seen before, and you have memorized the perspective of, for instance, a front-facing character, which is great. But what happens is when you go into like a different perspective, like 3/4 view, then it's no longer fitting what you already know, which is this view. But overall, if you want just feedback on the style, this style is definitely better. I think one thing to think about a little bit more with your clothing folds that aren't just like drapery that's like this is what's actually happening here and here and even down here, right? So down here, you're gonna get a bunch of folds right in here that happen because of where the sleeve is stopping and the bunch up of material. You might, if there's any bend, you're gonna get some folds in here, and you're definitely gonna get something like right in here, right where the armpit is. So just studying like folds and things like that, this is great. This drapery right here I think looks phenomenal actually. This is pretty good. I would just say like you definitely want to start where the tension point is and wrap it. I like that you have like this right here looks great too, so you can tell that it's going behind and then coming in front. So there's like the stuff is very yes, that's perfectly fine. I understand completely. I got that because of these over here. Perfect. So like this side, you can tell there's some drapery, right? That's like overlapping here because of how you did it. I think that looks great. It's just like making sure like in the points of tension, that's where the line is probably going to be the heaviest because it's coming from that point. So just small stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely a phenomenon. I really like that one. This one is still good, but it does need a little work. Specifically with like your perspective and things like that. But that stuff comes with time. Keep drawing and start thinking about where your horizon line is and how that impacts like the different I guess tubes and cylinders and boxes and stuff that are occurring in your work. The only other thing that you could probably add here, because it looks like this part of her skin is bare, you would definitely see a little bit of a clavicle here, especially with how thin this character is. On this side, I know that it's girl on this side, boy on that side, but hey Ellie. But yeah, you would definitely see some clavicle right in there. Other than that stuff, I honestly think you did a great job. I think that you keep working on these kinds of things and start to implement implement a little bit more shading and things like that, and it'll help you with understanding the three-dimensionality of your characters and things like that. Alright, so I appreciate you, Pumpkin Pie, for allowing me to do something that I love, which is give live feedback, so thank you so much. So I am gonna start, I'm really sorry Ellie, you just got here and I'm gonna start wrapping up. But I am gonna start wrapping up. I have a couple of things to do before I go out to work. Yeah, I just wanted to give you an update. I might try to sprinkle in a live stream here and there. Yeah, of course, more than welcome. But I might try to sprinkle in a live stream here and there, but I'm not gonna make any promises because I know I'm gonna be very busy. Thank you. It's nice to see everybody. But yeah, I still have my full-time job, and I'm gonna be taking this intensive course. I guess before I jump off, what I can do is I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I worked on over the course of the past couple of months, just so you can kind of see what that I've been working, and also as a treat for hanging out. You're okay. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping to continue to improve. So let me go concept art. All right. So this was the first character that I finished. I did show a lot of these on Discord, so if you're on the Discord you'll see it, but this is the first character I finished up from doing stuff on the course. I was very happy with this character. Yeah, I'm gonna miss all of you too. I definitely will. I thought this character though came out great, especially in comparison to other characters that I've done before. And it doesn't have any pencil lines or anything like that. Definitely things to improve upon, but I was really happy with this one. So this is the next character that I did. So this was the next person I did. Again, I was super happy with this character. I don't know what happened over here with the hand. That's weird. Should not be like that, but whatever. But yeah, this is the next character I did, like a little wasteland wizard. Again, super happy with this. Definitely things to continue to improve upon. And I think that I did as I went through this course. Yeah, it's definitely changing. I'm trying to get to a little bit more of a realistic looking style. So yeah, that was this one. Yeah, it is hard. I will have quite a bit of time to be able to work, just because right now my full-time job, it doesn't keep me like super busy too much. It's just like I have to organize my schedule a little bit better so I have time for my course. So that was that one. And then I wanted to start going into creature design, which is something that I haven't done any of. So this was my first creature that I finished up. I was also super happy with this one, specifically because it was the first one that I'd ever really done. Yep, just like a T-Rex with 4 arms and was howling, and so super happy with this. It's okay, Ellie. I really appreciate you joining it all. So that was that one. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is the next creature that I did. Should I open up the combined? Probably. So this was just supposed to be like a nightmarish creature that like hangs on walls and snatches people up. But I had a lot of fun with this one too. So as you can see, the thing that I've really been working on is my values. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. And I'm assuming that this is going to be the area that I have to improve upon the most, is values, and probably just smaller things that I'm not aware of around design language and things like that. But again, another creature. I was super happy with this creature. I thought it came out looking really nasty, which was kind of what was needed of me and during that. So I was happy with that. Go on to the last creature design that I did. My dog wants some attention. So this was like it was supposed to be a quote-unquote like phoenix, but just like a mythical like flying creature. I was super happy with this, and I will show you. So this is actually a character in the world that I was making. The character's name, at least right now, the placeholder name is Amp-Ohm. Yes, I agree, Mr. Krabs. Like, there's no limit as to what you can do with your creatures. Like, it's just nice, fun, and creative work. So I will show you really fast if I can find it, what this character was based off of. Oh boy, school concept book, character concepts. Sorry, I have a lot of folders at this point. Here he is. So this is the original design of this character. I mean, this is still good, don't get me wrong. But that's obviously better. This is probably what, I don't know when I made this. Oh, I can probably look. This had to have been a year and a half ago, at least. Spirit Sage. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, because I do want to tell you, like, this is maybe 2 years of progress. Guaranteed. Yep, almost exactly 2 years. So I finished this on the 26th of February in 2023. So that's that one. And only a few more, but so I stopped doing. I wanted to get as much done as I possibly could. Oops. In this time frame, like as much like width as I could, studying as much stuff as I possibly could. So the next one, where is desktop? All right. So then I started to go into, what did I do next? Mech design? Yep. I only did 2 mech designs. So I did like a pulse rifle. I actually really like this. I thought it came out really, really nice. But this is the pulse rifle that I made. And then I believe that this is the last one that I had finished up in this like period of time. On my down period from streams. But then I did a car, which I was super happy with. You'll have to excuse my lameness right here. My last name's Lee. My last name's Lee, and I was trying to have some fun and act like this was a garage that we did, but so my wife made fun of me for this, which is fine because I should have been made fun of. But this is a car that I created. So yeah, this is what I've been working on. So I got a lot done in the past, couple months. I'm very proud of myself for the work I've done. I'm just excited to push forward and do some more. So yeah, that'll be it for today. I have a quick errand to run before I go off to work, so I'm gonna have to go and do that. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I appreciate you being on stream and everything like that. Like I said, I'll try to, thank you so much for the hearts and the reactions. I'll try to get a stream in every once in a while through the next few weeks, or few months I should say, but I'm like I said, I'm not going to make you any promises because I don't know how much energy I'll have to do it, and I want to make sure I bring energy when I do these streams. I don't want you to feel miserable or feel bad for me or anything. Yep, happy Valentine's Day. I'm also celebrating my birthday on the 17th, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to Comic-Con or KatsuCon this upcoming weekend, and Monday will be my birthday, and I'm off, so I'm really excited for that too. Yeah, it's always great to go to KatsuCon, but anyways, love you all. I hope that you have a phenomenal Valentine's Day. And yeah, like I said, I'll try to stream. Can't make any promises. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.